If you watched The Martian and thought to yourself, can I really grow potatoes in my own poop? The answer is yes. Humans have been composting their poop for thousands of years. Through the act of composting, our poop can be broken down naturally and safely into usable fertilizer. In this video, we will go over the options you have for a composting toilet system and why we chose the one we still use today.
First, let's define what a composting toilet is. A composting toilet uses little to no water and is connected to a bulk tank in which material is decomposed by aerobic bacteria. Commercial composting toilets really are not doing any composting. Composting does not generally take place inside toilets, unless biological heat is being generated, which is highly unlikely inside the unit. What the industry is selling as a composting toilet would be better called a dry toilet or a biological toilet. In order to have your toilet be an actual composting system, you need to place the material from the unit into an active compost pile where biological heat is being generated and where beneficial bacteria, fungi, and nematodes can break down the pee and poop into compost.
With today's available products, there are many ways that a family can recycle their pee and poop into usable fertilizer. From the large composting toilet of the Sunmar XL to just an above-ground outhouse.
Trying to figure out what composting toilet system is best for you can be extremely difficult. There are so many options, and when you really dig down into it, a lot of them are just full of shit.
There were a lot of suggestions for us to use an outhouse. However, there were some issues that we did not want to contend with, such as mosquitoes and flies, the elements, and nighttime excursions.
When we were deciding on which method to use, we had some acceptance criteria that we needed to meet. We wanted to make sure that we could afford it. Some of these models out there were really expensive. Whatever system we ended up using needed to also be easy to clean and maintain. Complex ways that you have to open the separate reservoirs on some of the systems seemed like something that would add time to the process. Some of the reviews on particular systems mentioned that there were hard to clean areas of the poop reservoir that did not sound exciting. We also need to make sure this could be used indoors, which ruled out the outhouse, thankfully. Getting up in the middle of the night to pee was not sounding fun.
Almost all the commercial models require electricity to run a fan that pulls air out of the unit to dry the solid material. This is not the best solution for off-grid life as we are living because it will require us to purchase fuel in the winter months. There were also some reviews of products that mentioned they have odors at times. Most of these products suggest using coconut coir, which is unsustainable as a cover material. Some models suggest using cedar chips or essential oils as a covering for the smell and also disposing of it into plastic bags. There are also supply chain issues right now affecting the world, and that really is affecting the shipping times.
We decided to go with a very low cost and simple solution of a bucket with a lid on it. This ended up costing us about $6 for the bucket and about $17 for the lid. Installing the system in our bathroom was very easy. When we empty the toilet, we simply create a void in our compost bin and empty the contents of the bucket into it, covering up that material with any sawdust or wood chip cover material that we're using.
We then rinse out the bucket and place it back in the bathroom and put some wood chips in the bottom.
This process is very easy and does not fill up the landfills or the forest with a bunch of plastic bags. Placing cover material in the bucket after each use, as well as emptying it every other day, keeps the odors from escaping.
We have been able to get our composting toilet system built and usable, and with some low impact maintenance, keep our system viable for years to come. All with the nice side effect of creating usable fertilizer for our garden.
We hope you enjoyed our video on how to choose a composting toilet system.